Libra, welcome to your monthly overview. I hope you're well, I hope you're fabulous, and I hope you've had a chance to check out my shorts. I have just recently thrown my hat in that arena, and I'm actually enjoying it. I didn't think I would. I did not think I would at all, honey. But I ended up quite liking it. So, right now, as it stands, I plan to do weekly shorts for all 12 signs, what we call the short stash. Brief tarot therapy for all 12 signs, and then I will occasionally drop a satire video as well because, honey, I'm a peacock. You've got to let me fly. You know, I have to express myself. And what better way to do that than shorts? And I'll make sure I get that in under 60 seconds. So yeah, I've actually been unexpectedly enjoying it. I hope you do too. But I can assure you the shorts will not replace the in-depth readings. No, honey. No. The long reads, the long format is the bread and butter to this channel. That's not going anywhere, honey. No. What's going on? Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. Show me Libra. What's going on, please, for the Libra? It's so funny. I've had, as soon as I sat down for you, I heard Touch of Grey by the Grateful Dead. That's been running around in my head since I sat down for you, so that's pretty cool. For some of you, that might be confirmation. I don't know. But it's great. That's great. That's a great song. All silver linings have a touch of gray. Isn't that the truth? We will get by. We will survive. Yes. What's going on, please, for Libra? What's going on, please, for Libra? What's going on, please, for Libra? Take what resonates, leave what does not. Reverse energies as it applies, and that's if there's more than one energy on this board. And at the way people are going with their love intensities, that might well be the case. Cross what you're saying. Okay. Two of Pentacles, recent past. I don't know what to do. Six of Pentacles, but I'm trying. Your energy's telling me I'm trying. That's all I got from you, honey. Now, this could be financial. That's coin. Some of you might be very heavily engrossed in developing your coin, your financial status, making sure that key things are leveling out, that they're developing here, they're resting there, that you're monitoring this, you're monitoring that. That is heavy concentration of coin. For others of you, simply you're putting work into something that you don't quite know if it's going to amount to something. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it don't, but you're still trying. And by that I mean the Two of Pentacles is, I got activity here, 6 and 7 of Pentacles. Sometimes it feels balanced, but I'm not sure. Sometimes I see growth, but I'm not sure. I'm going to keep trying, though, because that's realistic. That's realistic Pentacle. I can't disagree with it. So even though the investment may not have made sense to you in terms of timing, cohesive efforts with you, possibly with someone else, it may not have made sense. There may not, I'm seeing like a lack of consistency here, but nevertheless the effort remained. It's like I don't always know what to make of this, but I'm still trying. I'm still here. I'm still showing up. Again, this could apply to your Pentacle world, in which case I see you being very busy trying to balance and grow something. But if it's situational, it's more like I don't always know what we're doing, but we're still doing it. Okay. Uncertainty. Queen of Wands, King of Wands, hello. And the Eight of Swords. I got two people who are energetically connected like this. We got sparks. We got fireworks. We've got intensity. We've got passion. Okay. Confused, the both of you. Eight of Swords. Queen of Wands, King of Wands, this is what we call a matching sweet mate energy. In other words, they're highly, highly compatible. Not in the sense of compatibility as in, oh, my likes and dislikes meet your likes and dislikes. No, it's an energetic thing. You are both fundamentally matching on fire concepts. Passionate, creativity. You're crazy about each other, right? Crazy about each other. Eight of Swords, massive confusion though. Let's take what we naturally feel and just fuck it up. You and I are simpatico. Let's talk ourselves out of it real quick. Now, this could be one of you or the both of you that are like, what we feel is perfectly on point, par for par, course for course, point for point. But I'm not going to see that. Fuck no. We're not going to see that. We're not going to discuss it. We're not going to acknowledge it. Okay. Well, future Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. Strength. What's up with this? What's up with this? I got straight away, let's get this off the table while it's on the table. Either there's too many cooks in this kitchen, okay, too many queens specifically, or the both of you are trying to transform your energy into something that's more productive. Because I got two people with off the charts compatible energy that for one or both of you is not being acknowledged. And then I got a Queen of Cups, a Queen of Pentacles in Strength and Future. So, again, too many cooks in this kitchen, or you're both trying to transform your personalities to get more out of this connection. Okay. Opening up, being more sincere, being more authentic, as opposed to just, we have a bunch of fire and we don't know what to do with it. Oh my God. So it's, now hopefully I'm seeing two people that are being more genuine and authentic in their energies as the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles and Strength in order to actually meet each other realistically as opposed to just energetically. That's what I'm leaning towards. But given the personality on this board, yes, there's the possibility of too many people in here. We'll see. The overview, 7 of Cups, trying to explore the old love cups. Options. How do we feel about that? Are there real feelings in here? Are those feelings worth exploring? What's going on? Am I an option? Are they an option? Is there even a point to this? What's going on? Show me that 7 of Cups, please. Show me that 7 of Cups, please. I was so disgruntled, honey, with your intimate tarot because it was like you had off the charts sexual appreciation, spiritual sexuality, all that, and it's like it's not going where it needs to, and there's nothing that frustrates me so much. I just know that whoever you're connecting to, then it wasn't for them if you were having to keep it all to yourself. But man, what a shame. What a shame. Show me that 7 of Cups, please. Show me that 7 of Cups, please. The touch of gray. It's still going. It's still going. It's on loop. It's on loop in my head. Touch of Grey, Grateful Dead. That's not a bad song to have on loop, though. It's not. Okay. Death. Oh my. 5 of Wands, King of Swords. Ooh, honey, stop. Stop. The energy just ooh. Energy's just like, take that and take that and take that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're a little pissed off. I'm not gonna lie, we're a little pissed off, we're a little angry, but it's not without rhyme or reason. I see it. We're pissed off. There's conflict here within the cups, possibly competition. Somebody's remained open in options in love, and they cut that out and said, you, I'm not an option. You, I'm not an option. You understand me? You, I'm not an option. You can take my cup out of your fucking table. Okay. I'm not an option. You. Woo! Yeah, we all got to go from that time to time, honey. But sometimes we all have to go with that. You see your options in love? You were one, and now you're not. I don't know if you cut out one of the options, like, no, you ain't. You are not an option in love, or I'm not your option in love, buddy. You can just take my cup off the table. I ain't playing that game with you no more. Ooh, I'm not competing. I'm not trying to fuck around with cups. Don't even talk to me. Ooh, that's harsh, honey. That's hard, but it's honest. It's honest. It caused conflict. Being an option in somebody's love, be it yours for them or they for you, regardless, conflict was born for that very reason. And the King of Swords, not happy. He's a not happy pappy. Okay, King of Swords can get very upset. Everybody thinks it's the King of Wands. And he can be a fiery little hothead. Yes, absolutely. But it's kind of flash in the pan anger. The King of Swords can be a lot more, I've got some thoughts for you. And it can be cutting. Especially when he's pissed off. And honey, you look 10 miles of pissed off right here. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh. I know how serious that is, but it's just so non-negotiable. It's so firm. It's so angry. And again, it's with good reason. There is this sense of competition in here. And it's like my cup's not being taken seriously, or I can't take your cup seriously. No matter how you slice it up, it comes out with, I'm not an option. Fuck you. Fuck you? Off? I don't know, but there's a lot of FUs in there. You know, and it was sincerely meant and it was sincerely felt. I'm not your damn option, bruh. Sis? Woo! That's got some heat on it, honey. Well, you stood up for yourself, I'll tell you that. And when you said it, you meant it. Wow. Good for you. Well, I'm saying that because it's like I can see where there was some sort of communication or action and reaction to something that was quite strong, and it was likely in that moment. But it was also kind of like, this is final and this is not random. I have made an active decision right here, right now. And yeah, I might be pissed off, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm not one of your little options in love. I'm not one of your little choices. Or you're no longer an option in my world. Something like that. Woo. Okay. Woo. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Ooh, it's got some heat on it. Some of that Two of Pentacles, please. You might have some Scorpio in your chart, in which case you used it. Show me. The Two of Pentacles, the old 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Something here in the Pentacle world, again, could be coin or situation, that you tried to put work into, even if it didn't make sense, or you didn't know the direction for which it was growing. Because Seven of Pentacles can be slow, steady growth, but the thing is sometimes it's so slow we can't see how it's developing. We have an idea that there's balance here, but is there really? Because we're questioning this. The Two of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. You're like, I'm done holding on to this. I am done holding on to this. I am done being confused by it. I am done playing hot foot with this. You is out. You are out in so many things. It's like, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Now, I don't know how many times you were saying it. You could have been multiple things. Jesus, honey. Oh my God, there's a situation here. So now I'm interpreting it as juggling in that traditional sense of, I don't know what to do with this. I feel like it's bullshit. I feel like it's inconsistent. I feel like it's flaky. I feel like this is stupid. Why am I continuing to be part of this? Why am I an active participant? I'm out. This is stupid. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's like you felt you were being juggled as an option in love, or you felt this situation where you were just being juggled back and forth, back and forth. What do I do with Libra? And Libra, you're like, I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm trying to be fair with you. I'm trying to grow something here. And you felt that you were being juggled. Regardless, you moved on. It's like, I got to let this go. I have got to let, because it's like, again, you didn't know where your place was, or that you even had a place, or what the hell your activity was amounting to. Let's see what you were trying to balance and construct, because you're fed up. You are fed up, honey. I am not juggling anymore, and I'm not going to be juggled. Fuck this, I'm out. It's like a sense of absolute exhaustion. This is stupid. Ooh. I'm moving on from this situation. I'm going to let go. I'm not going to contribute to it anymore, and I'm not going to allow anyone to juggle me. Fuck that. Well, I'll tell you this, honey. You had final say in it. I do know you were participating to some extent until you decided to stop participating because it felt nonsensical to you. I'm not. 8 of Cups, the Star, the Moon. Yeah, I know. It seems like it's over, and by all rights it is. You have shown me death. 6 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 8 of Cups. It has not fully reached all its potential and lessons learned just yet. I'm not trying to freak you out. I'm just saying there's things about this that have not been fully revealed to you. I do know that you strongly, secretly desired this, and this is why you played into it as long as you did. And there's time here. I see the time built into this, even if it was confusing and inconsistent and even flaky. You honestly felt like you were being juggled, not once but twice, on the emotional level and also in reality. You felt your time was being wasted, and you felt you were emotionally not being considered realistically as a person or as an emotional being, or that you weren't being taken seriously. Either way, it's chalked up to no good because you saw it emotionally and then you saw it in the physical world too. Okay, so those two are backing each other up. So that's consistency. We can't really argue with that. That's what's weird. The inconsistency is consistent. At some point you saw it. And then you're like, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not your goddamn option. And I'm not just someone you can pick up and put down whenever you want. But you also acknowledge that you played in this too. You have walked away from the balance, which I saw. Actually, speaking of that short says, yes. 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 That was reflected in your short sesh. I remember that distinctly. I think I even said, to quote myself, no more unfair balances. Or no more balancing unfairly. Eight of Cups, Six of Pentacles, the same as here. The only thing that's different, though, is that we have the star with the moon. Did you deeply desire this situation, hoping it would work out? Yes. I think you knew that, and that's why you played into it as long as you did. Is all of this played out and fully lessons learned and what the point of all this was? Not just yet. Okay, there's still more learning to do on this. Let's see what you thought you were growing or cultivating in this situation. And it is a situation. It is a situation. Seven of Pentacles, some of that Seven of Pentacles, some of that Seven of Pentacles. No? Knights of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Hermit. You were playing the waiting game. Okay. You were playing the waiting game with this energy that you had really hoped to heal with and to make something a little bit more substantial with. The energy was very, very slow to arrive in terms of going in the same direction, having the same energy, having the same pace, having the same goal. Yours was actually pretty simple. I look forward to this energy because constructively, I feel like it's worth building. I think it's worth having in my life to some extent, and I find it healing in some way. But it always felt like you were waiting on the other person's energy to arrive in the same vision that yours was, to be on the same page and to have a consistent give and take energy and things like that. And the other energy removes remarkably slow. But you thought, and no matter how slow and how tedious it was to try to cultivate this thing, you really thought it had a purpose. You did. You thought it had a purpose. You thought it had a direction, to your credit. It's not necessarily love at this point. It's just something that you say is meaningful to you. It really... Did you deeply desire this in some way? Yes. You knew that. But you're showing me, ultimately, the goal here, Christina, with that Seven of Pentacles, no matter how slow, was that I wanted to achieve something in this situation. Some sort of positive growth, because it's important to me. And it was important to you. And you waited a lot for this energy to show up in the same way, space, time that you did. And it just didn't or couldn't or wouldn't. But you were on board. You were on board, waiting on standby to really constructively heal something in this situation. And it left you on standby for a long time, specifically for it to show up in the same energy that you were. I'm constructive and I'm healing. This situation is something to me. It means something to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be waiting here for you to catch up to where the fuck I am so we can work through this. That kind of thing. Let's skim on down. So your sincerity to fix this, to grow it, even if it was slow, was there, but you were always waiting for their energy to arrive in the same fashion. I don't think it did, or it's just too damn slow that you couldn't see it. That's a lot of waiting, though. It's a lot of waiting. It's a lot of waiting to heal a Seven of Pentacles. That's a lot of waiting. It makes you wonder if their intentions were the same, and it's looking like the way you reacted to it, probably not. All right, so I got a King and Queen of Wands here. Let's take a look here. We got a Queen of Wands and a King of Wands. That's matching sweet energy. Show me some of this Queen of Wands, please. Some of that Queen of Wands. Some of that Queen of Wands. Some of that Queen of Wands, please. Some of that Queen of Wands. The Fool, Nine of Cups, the Strength, man. Beautiful. Really wanted to take off. Really wanted to take off spiritually, independently, beautifully. You have some very strong fire for some of you. We have Leo here. We have Sag here. Regardless, it felt so good. It feels so good to emotionally open up and just blast your energy towards a certain direction or a certain person. Let's jump on over here to that King of Wands. It was all positive. I got you taking a risk on your feelings, specifically a risk on your feelings, because it felt right with strength of conviction too. Powerfully, beautifully, spiritually, intensity. With passion. Show me this King of Wands, show me this King of Wands, show me this King of Wands. Show me this King of Wands, please. Two of Swords, Seven of Cups, and there it is. That's the problem. Well, you were really clear about what you wanted. They not so much. They knew they were turned on. Isn't that flattering? They knew they had passionate, turned on energy towards you. Yours was coming from, my Queen of Wands, my passionate, fiery self, is coming from a place of, I'm ready. I'm open to my wants in this life. Not just you. It's not just you I want. I am open in the general sense to what makes me happy, and I allow myself to open up towards it spiritually. This person was a representation of someone whom you wanted to open yourself up to, not them specifically, but how you generally greet life. This makes me happy. I know this, thus I explore it. That's what people typically do when they are positive and emotionally healthily directed. They're like, I understand that this situation, work, job, place, circumstance, family, I don't know, makes me happy. So I open myself up to it consciously and willfully because I gravitate towards what's correct for me, right? In other words, you had a very healthy sense of self, a very healthy sense of emotion and spirit. Someone here matched your sense of passion and intensity at the attraction level, and they said they kept their heart open towards you but were confused. In other words, it was mixed signals. This is that person who I believe you said, I'm not your option. I'm not an option. They said they were keeping your heart open towards you but remained confused simultaneously. So they took their feelings for you to a headspace, got overwhelmed, probably shut it down, and gave you mixed signals. I have some feeling for you, but not really. It's not like that. I care about you, but not like that. Yeah. There's something there, but not really. It's kind of like that. So your frequencies are way off. Did you have a common attraction towards each other? Mm-hmm. Is your passion and enthusiasm and intensity genuine and generally speaking in your life? Yes. Is theirs? No. Their attraction for you was quite natural. What I'm saying is that it came from a self-interested place. Like, I'm interested in you, Libra. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be a King of Wands. You see what I'm saying? I'm interested in you. I'm attracted to you. And I'm telling myself that I'm keeping my heart open towards you. Page of Cups, Seven of Cups. But ultimately, I can't make a decision. Two of Swords. So even though you're kind of an option for me, you're not really, because I'm refusing to see it. In other words, you were an option that they weren't taking seriously. You know? They said they kept their heart open too, and I believe part of them did, but ultimately they overthought it. Two of Swords. Talked themselves out of it. No, it can't be that. It can't be feelings. And probably just confusing my feelings for attraction, or I'm confusing my attraction for feelings. You know? Because that's natural, beautiful, attractive energy that two people have. Yours is in the general sense and applies well to your life. Theirs was specifically oriented towards you. And once their feelings got involved, they insisted no, they weren't. So you probably got a lot of mixed signals. And that's where that Seven of Cups comes in. I'm not your option in love. You can withdraw my cup. I'm not competing over you. I'm not fighting over you. Like this. There's too much confusion in here. Specifically, you're most angry about the juggling and how much activity or non-activity went into this. It's a weird pacing of both. I can't believe I put some of myself into this, and I can't believe how little of myself I was able to put into this. What was I working towards anyway? What the hell was going on? You deeply desired it, that's all. You ultimately met somebody, connected with somebody you thought was like you. And given your natural propensity to take off towards that which makes you happy, you understood that this person might have been in that way. And the Eight of Swords, a lot more confusion. Taking our feelings to a headspace, talking ourselves out of our feelings, not allowing ourselves to feel our feelings. No, I don't have feelings for this. Libra's not an option in love. No. I say I'm keeping my heart open towards it, but I'm not really. I'm going to talk myself out of it as soon as I feel it. As soon as I begin to feel those feelings, I'm going to talk myself out of it real quick. So, are they attracted to you? Mm-hmm. Do they have feelings for you? Yeah. Do they know that or can admit it? No. Not that I see. They take it to a bad place with the Devil. Chariot, their heart space specifically. Any forward momentum this person had with you with the Chariot, they block it out of fear with the Devil. So they shut down their feelings. They have a little habit of doing this. If anything feels too much, too fast, too quick, they shut it down. They talk themselves out of it. This person literally blocks their movement in their own heart space. This is done consciously. I got to fend this off. I got to fend this off. What's behind it is fear, a ton of it. So in this person's mind, they have some feeling for you, but not a lot. They actually have quite a bit. They won't allow themselves or specifically give themselves permission to feel it, see it, acknowledge it, never mind relish in it. It gets taken to a bad place. That's a lot of fear. Fuck ton of fear. To actually go towards what they want, to feel what they want to feel, to love what they want to love, they block it, block it, block it. They have a powerful heart. They're probably not very familiar with it. Rather, they don't give themselves permission to really execute it, and this is probably this person's lesson. But yeah, that's willful blindness, and they have a pattern of this. I'm going to go ahead and take a guess. This person has a very strong tendencies to procrastinate. Therefore, things get shut down. Time literally takes care of things for them if they don't have to deal with them directly. They probably have a lot of internal self-doubt, self-drives, self-defeating tendencies, patterns, and things like that don't allow them to see what they really feel, because if they did, they might have to do something about it. Like go towards what make them happy, but that's easier said than done for somebody who has a very strong tendency to shut shit down so they don't have to feel it. That's very long-standing, and it has nothing to do with you. This was developed long before you came onto the scene, honey. This is why you got mixed signals. I'm attracted to you, Libra. I really am. I'm attracted to you. Feelings? Sure. Sure. You know, I naturally feel some things. You know? Maybe not like you do, but I feel some, and it's very non-specific, vague, can't define it, won't define it, refuses to define it, because then that would peg them down and make them responsible for their own feelings, right? Yeah. That's the tale as old as time, honey, and never mind, it's a fucking cliche. So here's the rule for you. It's a fucking cliche, honey. When somebody gets so terrified about the enormity of their own feelings that they're like, it's just a little bit. It's just a little bit. They refuse to see the whole enchilada that they're actually working with. Get scared, shut it down. It's just such a fucking cliche, man. It's such a cliche. Oh my God, it's such a cliche. The codependency in here, particularly how people see them, perceive them, etc. There's a big chunk of that in there, and I don't know why. I don't know where it comes from, but this person has a huge thing about visibility. I don't like being seen in a certain way, so I won't do it. Afraid of how they look if they actually go after what they want. Afraid of how they look if they actually feel their own feelings. Afraid to feel foolish. Afraid to open up. Afraid to take a chance. Afraid to take a risk. So it's just easier to shut it down. So they treated you like an open door option, but not really. They're an option in love, but not really. There's someone whose cup I like to visit, but I'm not going to take it seriously because it's not like that. Actually, yes, it is. Do you see how much that fucking person is blocking? When things get too hard, they shut it down, turn their head, walk away, procrastinate, let time do the job and kill it off. I'm not blocking my heart. No. No, I'm not blocking my heart at all. I just have very valid reasons to ignore something until it goes away. And I bet that's happened at many a time in this person's time life. I'll just ignore this thing until it goes away. The bigger the feeling, the bigger the mistake. Let's use this new holographic gold deck. Love it. So I get questions about this one all the time. This is the antique holographic. And this is like the gold. It's gorgeous. I just got it. Oh, I love it. But yeah, I'm sorry you had to go through all this, honey. I really am. If it helps you, I see you approaching this really enthusiastically because it really did feel right to you. You seem to be a Libra that takes off in the direction that says, this does feel right for me, Christina, and I pursue that which feels right to me. And you weren't wrong if that helps you. The attraction was mutual. The passion was mutual. You're approaching from a clean, independent space of this makes me happy. That's why I'm connecting with you. And they're like, I just know I'm attracted to you, but it's probably not more than that. It was. They just refused to see it or acknowledge it, put it off, and let the worst things happen. In other words, you lose by default. They don't want to take care of business. Business takes care of them. Show me this Queen of Cups. Show me this Queen of Cups, please. That's a harsh opening now. But I think I understand why. Again, mixed signals mean no. Okay? Inconsistent behaviors, inconsistent whatever means no. You didn't know what you were investing in and or you felt like you were being juggled. That means no. Okay? And you figured that out. And you figured it out. You're angry. But your approach to it was clean, and what you were hoping for was also clean. I'm just waiting for you to show up so you and I can properly develop something because it's important to me, and I would think it's important to you too. So I'm going to patiently wait here and show you a lot of patience that you do not deserve because you don't seem to be investing in the same way I am. Something like that. It's non-linear at this point. I kind of see how you two energetically connected and the output of that. So let's push past this. It's like you're trying to tell me this is where it's all coming from, Christina. Let me lay it out for you. Let me tell you in detail why I told them to fuck off. Okay, you want me to know, honey? I got the story. I got the story. I'm not arguing. I don't dispute it. I don't argue with it. It's like, can you let me make that clear to you? I got it. I got it. Some of that Queen of Cups, please. In my defense, I understand. I saw it. Some of that Queen of Cups, please. The World, the Three of Wands. You stopped waiting. Okay, Page of Wands. You've stopped waiting. Your heart space has stopped waiting for this person, this situation, etc. Good. And yet it remains. It looks like you are opening up to something new. One cycle has closed in your heart space, and you want to open up to a new one, no matter how small. And it is small, but you are still keeping yourself open to curiosity in your heart space. Your cycle for this person on waiting for them to show up in the same place, same time, with the same level of appreciation for how to approach this connection, how to invest in it, is over. You've made that clear. Your heart space for that is now, you're no longer, in other words, being patient or understanding or showing this person unconditional love. You know, that's over. If you're going to wait, and I say this all the time, if you're going to wait for somebody, you have to have proof or evidence that there's something worth waiting for, and they have proven repeatedly to you that there's nothing worth waiting for. They would have shown up by now, meant it, and were consistent with it. Yet hope remains, as Gladriel from Lord of the Rings would say, and yet hope remains. With the Page of Wands, you would like to open up your heart space. A little bit of newness. Just a little bit. A little bit of a spark. Nothing crazy. You've got some water in you. Show me that Queen of Pentacles, please. Let's see if that is indeed a new person. I don't know. Show me that Queen of Pentacles. Show me that Queen of Pentacles. Show me that Queen of Pentacles, please. Wands, the Devil. Oh, it's them. And they're still blocking. Okay. Okay, so this is who they think they really are. Queen of Pentacles. I see that King... I told you specifically that King of Wands seems to be in reaction to you. I don't think that's who they are. I don't think they're a fire sign. And I also don't think they walk around with a King of Wands all the time. They telling me that it was in conjunction with you. I think who they really are is closer to that King Queen of Pentacles energy. It could be specifically Capricorn or Earth sign in general, but someone who says they are very attached to their comfort zone and they're afraid to leave it. It's an exhausting principle they seem to live by. The more that something is confrontational or challenging, the more likely they are to exit it. In other words, it's fear. If it's the blockage. 9 of Wands. It's this person, 100%. I'm sorry that they're still doing their thing, but they're still doing their thing. They're very much attached to this. A big chunk of this, given the Devil with the 9 of Wands, and now that Queen of Pentacles energy, which I think is more indicative to who they really are, their comfort zone kind of kills them. The inability to think differently, to be differently, to understand that self-worth indeed starts with the self. Self-love, self-care, self-protection isn't just being attached to your comfort zone and doing the same thing over and over again. It's allowing yourself to... They keep coming back to their behavior patterns, honey. They keep... I don't know why I'm still seeing them. You said that your heart space is closed for this. Why am I still seeing this person? Why am I still seeing this person in your future orientation? They're energetically still very attached to you. Yes, of course. Even when they said they've moved on from you. Why am I still seeing this person on Libra's timeline then? Just please know if their energy says it's not going to change, then it's not going to change. It doesn't seem to be open to change at all. There is some codependency in here that I can't see, and I don't like it at all. Yeah, that's why they're still... Yeah, they are very bonded to you. Knight of Pentacles. The person who was supposed... You expected them to show up in a certain way to at least heal and grow whatever connection you had. And it would like to. Knight of Pentacles with the Lovers. And then there's what we allow ourselves to do, but they're too afraid. All I see from this person is fear. They're kind of chained to their little world, and they're afraid to open up beyond their little world. And I think they get confronted with energy like this a lot. Opportunities, circumstances, family, friends, that kind of thing. Where if it's too confrontational and requires too much emotional depth or something like that, they lock it down, ignore it, keep it away from me. That way I don't actually have to deal with it. They're still drawn to it, very much so. With the Lovers and then the Devil twice, they have a holding, repeating pattern of locking down their energy while still desiring what's right in front of them. That's just too much fear. Their fear dictates their life. So they have become what looks like what you might say comfortably numb. It's just easier to lock down in their little world instead of being open. You are the exact opposite of this. That's how I know it's not you. They have already shown me repeated energy, and that's why they still stress about you. Yeah, they think about you. That's not what you want to hear. You know what you wanted to hear? You wanted to hear, hey, we're going to show up at the same place at the same time and have the same page results, that we're both interested in keeping this connection alive, even if it's slow, but coming for it or with it or towards it with healthy reasons. Because it's important to me, and I'd like to think it's important to you too. You want to show up in that same place? Fuck no. It's like they couldn't put their own insecurities aside to say my passion won't interfere, or my confused feelings for you won't interfere. I can show up authentically. I can. It's like they couldn't even do that. There's just way too much fear and bullshit surrounding this person's heart. Whenever it gets hard, when it's too hard, too stressful, I'm out. It's one of their little patterns. 9 of Wands, the Devil. They block what they naturally feel, and when it gets too close to home, they're out. They're out. It's too close to home. Never mind, it's a strong fucking connection that's meant for me. And that's why it's always going to be on my mind and cause me stress. But instead of seeing that as the natural love that should be mine, I'm going to take it to a really weird space, confuse it, warp it, fuck it up by neglecting it, not understanding my role in it or my feelings in it. I'm going to purposely confuse that. That way I don't have to deal with it. This is how this person has done this many, many times. It's not just you. Trust me, with this kind of patternized emotional fear and anxiety, not going after what we want, even though our heart says we should go in this direction. No. No. Comfort zone. Lock it down. It's too confrontational. I'm guessing this person has jumped ship on several things. Instead of getting confrontational with themselves about what they want and what they really feel and experience, because that's just too scary. It would require too much work. It would require too much behavior changes, transformation. Show me strength, please. And that's just, it makes me, I feel so bad for this person. I do. Because, yeah, your connection is divine and it's intended for them. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here. You were intended for each other. How you approach... I can see your cold opening. That makes perfect sense to me. I don't dispute it. But if it helps you, again, what you asked for in reality was so simple. Your premise behind it came from a clean and healthy place of sense of knowing thyself. Good job. Good job on that. I wish more people did. This person could clearly use a lesson in that. You know, show me strength, please. Yes, your heart space, I am actually happy to see this. I do not like false hope, and I do not advocate false hope. You are telling me you are eschewing any sort of sense of false hope with this person, that you played into that way too long. You yourself, this is all I care about. Just a little bit of interest and intrigue. Your Queen of Cups is no less diminished, I promise. It's just you starting over again. All right? I'm still seeing them because they're still energetically connected to you. They have unresolved shit when it comes to you. So they're going to feel stressed and ashamed and weird and bullied about... And I'm saying bullied because this person interprets challenges as being bullied. I swear to God. That's why they shut it down. Is there insecurity in this person? If it's too confrontational, if it's too challenging, it must be bullying. I'm going to say what I need to say to not address it. I'm not. Maybe they even tell themselves they're a pacifist. I don't know. But it's so non-confrontational. And what this person doesn't see is that their non-confrontational stuff is just more that Eight of Swords devil shit and Nine of Wands. I avoid confrontation at every cost. I'm going to say what I need to say. I'm not trying to get involved in a fight. I'm going to respect your space. I bet this person says that a lot. I'm trying to respect your space. Like, they don't take care of business. They do not take care of business. They do not retaliate. They don't speak up. And it kills me because God, that's a fear pattern, honey, that has nothing to do with you. It was established long before you, and it just kills me, man. It kills me because you have a natural connection between you two. I see it. And they're going to feel it too in terms of shame and regret. And I never addressed this, and they're going to regret that for a long time. This is going to be that person who looks back in the years to come and said, I wish I had said what I needed to say to Libra. I didn't say what I needed to say. I didn't stand up for myself. I didn't fight back. I didn't do nothing. And this is that person who finds reasons to not engage, to not get confrontational, and it just fucking sucks, man. The fear pattern's so high. The fear pattern, I don't know if it's based in insecurities or feeling like you're constantly bullied and that's why you just don't engage. I don't know. But it's so passive. It's just easier to accept it, and then they eat at themselves, and it eats at them, and it eats at them. I see you stood up for yourself. I don't see them reacting at all out of fear. They're so afraid to see their own truths, never mind confront somebody else on theirs. Sometimes you have to fight. Sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. Sometimes you have to fight back. You know, and but they don't. They don't. You know, wishy-washy behaviors get you wishy-washy results, you know? Wishy-washy feelings. I feel something, but it's not like that when it's a fucking lie. But tell that to somebody who can't see it. They can't see it. They don't know they're being wishy-washy. In their mind, they're not the bad guy. In their mind, I didn't really do anything wrong. I didn't commit to any feelings, so how could anyone get hurt? See that? That's the pacifist thinking. I'm the victim here. I didn't cause my own demise. And yet, look how badly they're marked with negative energy. This is a pattern throughout this person's life. They have lost many things, relationships just being one of them, including opportunities. It gets too hard. I'm going to find a couple reasons to exit this. It challenges me way too much, and I can't deal with that. Not in their mind. They're not the bad guy in their mind. Page of Pentacles, Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Ha 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 ha. Ah. Okay, I'll play along. Strength, Page of Pentacles, Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. What about it? What about it? And we're not quite done with it. I saw that, and I didn't know why the hell I was seeing them in their future timeline. They're still energetically affected by the connection, and so long as they continue to not address it and what it means to them, how they reacted to it, how they treated it, and until they resolve that shit, they're always going to feel ashamed and scared by this connection. I didn't handle that well. I should have said this. I should have said that. This kind of shit that keeps you up at night. I'll play along. No. Some of that Wheel of Fortune and Six of Cups. Might it come back around? This is possible. It might come back around. Assuming somebody can open up and stop being so fucking scared. Scared of their feelings, scared of their own patterns. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that going down too well. Just heads up. Somebody's going to open up to the proposition of reconnecting, and the other person reaction is, nah. I can see why we can't really take this person seriously, and it feels like it's just going to be a waste of time again. You will be much different if this connection comes back around, and Spirit's indicating that it might do. Page of Pentacles, when I do not know. But the soul bond might come back around. Clearly they have unresolved issues, so I could see why they'd want to make a re-entry. I don't see you responding well to the idea of reconnecting. It might be a very cautious reconnection. The Seven of Wands is pushy-offy blockage, but it can also mean approach, but with caution. Especially if you have gone into your heart space and you know unequivocally that you're no longer waiting for this person. You did for a long time, and you got pissed off with yourself and the results. I got it. So the idea of coming back together is naturally going to feel like a waste of time. When they come back around, and I do believe it's them, you will not be the same person that they last left you. They had a lot of need and desire for change, so they might look different, and so might you too. You know, I don't know if they say they're energetically trying to open up to reconnect this, and you're showing me, if not full blockage to the idea of reconnecting, heavy caution. I don't even know if there's a point to this. Why is there a point to this? You see how you dicked around with me in the past? Made me think I was open, or that you were open and you weren't. You had me thinking that maybe one day we should get on the same page. We never did. Remember all the times you treated me like an option? You didn't take me seriously, and I was here, being as honest and authentic with you as I possibly could. Remember that? Remember how you broke my heart? You wouldn't pick, you wouldn't choose, you wouldn't take my cup seriously. Yeah, you may not be the only person either, honey. You may not have been the only person either. Knocking around in their options of live. You may not have been the only one knocking around in there. You suspect it, but you may not know. Like I said, you weren't the first person I've done this to. The only difference between you and the other people I believe they might have experienced this with is that you were a legit soul bond, and they probably didn't know that until much too late. That's all I'm guessing. Ooh. The attraction's still there. No shit. And there's the offer for renewal. I understand I hurt you and that I snuck away from this and I snuck away from my feelings and I didn't take it seriously. And by extension, I didn't take you seriously. But, no, they didn't. They didn't take your feelings seriously. They couldn't take their own feelings seriously, honey. How could they take yours seriously? Everything begins with the self. You don't take your own feelings towards someone seriously, you're not going to take them seriously. You were being real and authentic. They were like, I mean, I feel something, but it ain't that. I mean, relax. Honey, they got devil shit and Eight of Swords shit, and that's none of your business, and it's not for you to sort out or fix. So if you are that Libra back here that hasn't exited yet, you need to keep that in mind, please. But yes, there will be an opportunity to reinvest, and I don't see you reacting well positively to it. I just don't. I don't. It's like you fucked around with me. You strung me along. You made me think that you had feelings or some shit like that. Turns out you didn't, or you didn't know what they were, or that you were just too encased in fear to do a fucking thing about it. You don't stand up for yourself. I told you to fuck off. There's a reason for that, and you're probably just going to do the same shit now that you did then, because I do see them reapproaching, and your reaction, not once but twice, is go away. I sincerely, if you didn't take me seriously back then, you're not gonna now. Ain't shit changed about you. I'm being very honest about it. It's like you dicked around with me, you wasted my time, you made me think we were constructing something, and all you did was juggle me. I mean, I just don't see you taking this very well. And also, you strongly suspect you weren't the only person. I promise you, you're not. You're not the only person that this has happened to. They have the only difference between you and everybody else that they've done this to, where they played peekaboo with somebody's emotions but didn't really mean it. The only difference is that you're a soul bond, and a big one. The Lovers and the Six of Cups. That's why you're still energetically connected to them. That's why they still think about you and stress out about you. You know? You said this was done and you meant it, honey. So when they reapproach, I just don't see you. And let's talk about that. I got my new divine timing deck. So when they come back around, I do not know. I just see you saying, no. Not once, but twice. Not once, but twice, honey. You didn't take me seriously then. Why should I take you seriously now? You didn't take your own feelings for me seriously. You were blinded to them. You never told me what the hell they were, or you couldn't define them. Why should I take you seriously now? You didn't take me seriously then. I'm sorry. Your efforts to reconnect, was I supposed to be overjoyed with that? Like, what are you offering this time that's different? According to your energy, ain't shit changed. They're saying they're being open, but I don't know. Release all expectations. Yeah, I would too. The way this person's encroached with fear non-stop, I bet what they decide today radically changes the next day. Like, I'm gonna reconnect with Libra. I'm gonna make it happen. You know what? And then their Eight of Swords and their Devil kicks in. I don't know how I really feel about that. Let's kill some more time. Time does the job. If you're only killing time, it'll kill you right back. They let time do a lot of killing. And then it's like, what's out of my hands? It's been a year. It's been a year. I still feel the same way of unresolved issues because I never spoke my piece or spoke the fuck up or was ever direct, honest, or clear with Libra. And that really weighs on my conscience in a guilty way. But it's been a year. Probably just let that go. They don't see speaking up for themselves as like any sort of sense of redemption or the ability to clear the air. They see it as something that's negative and probably best left alone. Again, non-confrontational, passive. I'm telling you, man. I'm fucking telling you. Yeah, I'd release all expectations too. And that's more to do with here, you waiting and understanding that you shouldn't be. Okay? Then that you shouldn't be. Around May, don't lose hope. So I don't see that as you not losing hope. I feel like this person feels like they have a reason to not lose hope around May. There might be some contact around May. And here's the thing. I don't, and I made this very clear, I don't like false hope. And if this person reapproaches you with false hope within themselves, the same shit's going to happen. You know that. That's why I keep seeing you rejecting reconnection, because it doesn't look like anything, their energy has changed. They haven't learned the lessons. They haven't learned how they shoot themselves in the foot. They haven't learned how they reject things, their feelings specifically, and that means they don't have to own them or take responsibility for them. But they still get to have this really soft, undefinable, oh, I feel something, but nah, it ain't like that though. I'd like to keep you around because it does do something, but not enough for me to be clarified about it or clear about it. Around March, for some of you, there might have been, March has already happened, obviously, so for some of you, there might have been some reconnectivity around March, and that's when you made your decision. This is stupid. I tried to grow this thing in one solid fucking direction. There might be another round of this in May. I see you giving up false hope. And it's always going to be false hope if somebody else doesn't know what the hell they're doing or what the hell they want. Or what the hell they're feeling. Now is not the right time yet. No shit. Yeah. So, within a couple of weeks, yeah. So that's May. I do believe there might be another opportunity to reconnect in May. And I see you kind of shutting it down a couple of times because they're still presenting the same energy. They have no proof that anything's changed, and if they're not speaking to their real convictions or feelings, then you absolutely know that that's true. Okay? All right, that's enough. Just a FYI. Let's see. We have Taurus, we have Cancer. R, Leo, the letter R, I should say, the Eiffel Tower. That might have a particular connection for you, the Eiffel Tower. Yes, the height of romanticism is possible. It can be built and brought into reality. I think you were trying to make a solid structure with this person, even if it seemed the impossible task, but you were realistic about it and you had healthy intentions to rebuild something strong with this person, and they cannot seem to get on that same fucking page with you. They'd have to know what they wanted, first of all, in order to do that. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, the deer, the arrow, sign of Sag. Any more letters? Libra, Q and R. Okay. Big masculine glasses. Okay. Zombie, the drudgery, doing the same thing day in, day out, nothing ever changes, being trapped in fear, being trapped in a sense of death, being trapped in a state of I'm immobile and I can't do anything to change it. Woe is me energy. The spatula, a cook, profession, hobby. Some of you are cooking right now. Perhaps for some of you that's just something that you enjoy to do. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Libra, honey. Put in the comments as you see fit. This was incredibly directed and straightforward. The only reason I'm still seeing this on your timeline is because energetically they are still attached to you, despite the fact that you clearly ended this. I see why. I don't dispute your reasons, none whatsoever. I even see you P.S. Keeping your heart open, just in a different direction. Anywhere. Looking anywhere except towards this person. You seem to equate this person with dead-end energy. It will never change. It will never speak up. It will never stop being passive. It will never stop being passive-aggressive, dodging, shying away, not being honest with themselves, what they want, wish, etc. You know, they have a tendency to do this. I swear to God, man, as soon as it's too hard, they're out. And that's everything. Love, life, work, career, family. Too hard, I'm out. I'll find a reason. I'll find an excuse. I'll say I'm too busy and just let time do the job for them. You were no less subject to this. Again, the only difference between you and everything else they've ever done this to is that you two are soulbound. And that's why they feel ashamed that they didn't speak up and that they didn't act, even while they talk themselves into doing it. Here's the reason I'm not going to reach out. Here's the reason I'm not going to get confrontational. Here's the reason I'm not going to do this, that, and the other. And at the same time, they're ashamed by not doing anything. See, this is what happens when the ego and fear takes over. We feed it. Here's all my reasons for doing nothing. I hate myself for doing nothing. They should have taken a page out of your book and spoken the fuck up, even if it was not nice. The point is, our anger and our frustration, it's real. It's all real. Those are honest feelings in us. And we're never going to make sense of them unless we speak to them. I don't mean start shit. I don't mean start a fight. In fact, you were determined to end this fight, the conflict. Whatever this is, my cup stresses you out so much, I'll do you a favor. I'm going to fucking withdraw it. Have a nice life. And I don't mean that in an offhanded way, honey. This wasn't an offhanded thing. It took you time to work up into this energy with a lot of proof that this is stupid. It doesn't mean anything. It's too weird. I don't understand it. It doesn't seem to go anywhere. And P.S. I strongly feel like I'm being juggled. You know? Your shit wasn't random at all. You cross that threshold between what you can tolerate and what you cannot tolerate. You have to ask yourself when it comes to waiting, at what point does my waiting run contradiction to my values? Okay. A lot of people think they can wait and wait and wait, just like this person. They just have a different version of waiting. They put stuff off until it disappears from their life. You had a sense that this might be worth waiting for, connecting, healing with, constructing. You felt good about it, legitimately. But at some point, your activity in this crossed your values. Your waiting in this crossed your values. And how your energy was being received and handled definitely crossed your values. This is what I was willing to do, and this is clearly what you're not willing to do. It's time to let you go. Okay. I know it's harsh, honey, but it's honest and it's real. And it's fair. Next time I check in on you, I'd like to see this little guy grow. You still have a beautiful heart space here as the Queen of Cups. Okay? It's a really pale deck. But here we have the Queen of Cups. And while you have given up and cycled out false waiting, okay, a part of you remains still open in your heart. The next time I check in on you, I want to see more of this little guy. I'm not saying you have to be in a brand new love affair. What I'm saying is I just want you out there exploring other avenues. You already had that pre-existing energy within you that I abide by and follow the rules of my heart. Okay? I want to see that more in you and get you out of this. I can see that you're still recovering from it. And there's a reason why you can still feel your energy. You two are connected at a soul bond. But again, try telling that to someone who refuses to see it, acknowledge, or feel it. Okay? I think this person kind of lives in denial. Unfortunately, they do not seem to understand. Or rather, perhaps that's the point. Denialsville does not have a postcode, so it's really hard to get in touch with people who live there. See what I'm saying? Too busy sneaking away from our own thoughts. We don't have to deal with them. I'm gonna sidestep that shit real quick. It's too complicated. It's too hard. It might get people upset. So, I'm just not gonna. Here's my reasons why. This is that person who thinks 1,000 times, I should have said this, I should have said that, I should have done this, I should have done that. It's just easier not to, right? Okay, like I said, put in the comments as you see fit. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, Libra, honey. Take care. Be well.